In some ways, vice presidents are like understudies. You may never need them to step into the breach, but they're there just in case something goes wrong. So I want you to consider the following. Donald Trump, who's currently 78 years old and regularly frequents McDonald's and loves his Diet Cokes, would end his second term as the oldest person ever to serve as president of the United States. In fact, he'd be 82 years, 7 months, and 6 days when his term would end in January of 2029. But Trump refuses to release even the most basic information about his health. Kind of makes you wonder, what's he hiding? And not to mention his rambling, meandering speeches have led to mental health experts going on the record concerned about potential cognitive decline. Trump's history of shocking gaffes and outbursts suggests that things are just going to go even further downhill from here. So what happens if Donald Trump dies or becomes incapacitated and can no longer serve as president? Section 1 of the 25th Amendment states that in that event, the vice president becomes the president automatically. So I'm going to state it plainly. J.D. Vance is a heartbeat away from the presidency of the United States. Vance has poll numbers labeling him the least popular vice presidential candidate of the 21st century. Unsurprising, given his many extremist views on everything from child care to the truth of who won the 2020 election.
He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
Not admitting your running mate lost the last election is a huge red flag that you have an issue with the truth. But don't take my word for it. I mean, here he is, caught in yet another lie.
First of all, I never supported a national ban.
I certainly would like abortion to be illegal nationally.
Politicians lie, but come on. And then there's his extremist stances like this.
I think if any of us want to do the things that we want to do for our country and for the people who live in it, we have to honestly and aggressively attack the universities in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, the universities do not pursue knowledge and truth. They pursue deceit and lies, and it's time to be honest about that fact.
The best way to pursue a good and fulfilling life is education, but Yale-educated J.D. Vance just wants to overhaul the education system in his image, eliminating the Department of Education, privatizing K-12, and dismantling the current collegiate system. Vance is a threat to everything Americans hold dear: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If something were to happen to Trump, the big job would go to J.D. Vance, that guy who refuses to acknowledge that Trump lost the 2020 election, the guy who promotes anti-immigrant hate rhetoric and supports a national abortion ban. So let's be clear. 40-year-old J.D. Vance is fully aware that Trump is an old 78. You're kidding yourself if you think that Vance didn't consider Trump's physical and mental health issues when he contemplated his career advancement and upward mobility prospects as the Republican VP nominee. Any vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a potential automatic J.D. Vance presidency. So vote accordingly.